Mental wellness, despite most people thinking or jumping straight into mental illness, is just a state of psychological functioning that is characterized by self-acceptance, ability to deal with change, that is resilience, and the ability to form meaningful relationships with other people, as well as self-esteem. There are different components of mental wellness, and in psychology, we usually compact them to 6. The 6 encompass a whole life experience. So the first and the most important is self-acceptance, which is accepting who you are, what you know, your limits as a human being, as well as your limits when relating with other human beings. The other important component is autonomy, which is the power to make choices that you're comfortable with the consequences, as well as choices that you're comfortable with. The other component is environmental mastery, which is knowing what the environment can give, the unpredictability of the environment, knowing that you have very little control over the environment because it's controlled by a force that most people don't know, as well as being comfortable in the changes of the environment. The other most important component of mental wellness is personal and professional growth. When people start growing from physical growth from childhood, it's a process and it's a continuous process. So just like physical growth, mental well-being encompasses personal growth in the psychological sphere. The other component is self-esteem. We build self-esteem in very different ways, starting from when we are aware of ourselves in adolescence and young adulthood. So knowing and building self-esteem is very, very important for mental well-being, and it contributes to that active process of staying in a positive psychological functioning. Whenever one of those components of mental well-being feels like it's not working very well, my self-esteem is low, I'm trying to accept some parts of myself and I can't, my personal growth has become redundant. Some of those minor changes in mental well-being should be a sign for you to seek psychological help. In Kenya, there are so many talks and seminars about mental health, but almost all of them always jump into mental illness. And one of the most important misconceptions that has filled everybody's brain in the country is that mental wellness is the absence of a mental illness. And that is very wrong. Somebody who has a mental illness can be mentally well with the help of medication, with the help of psychotherapy offered by qualified psychologists. They can be mentally well. So one of the most rampant misconceptions is that mental wellness is the absence of a mental illness. Therapists and psychologists are professionally trained to apply techniques and skills in helping people achieve or fill these gaps in their mental wellness. It doesn't have to be to the point of social dysfunction that a person begins the process of mental wellness, which is what is normally is the norm in Kenya. But therapists and psychologists can motivate that active process of mental wellness.